like this AGS team is just calmly crossing the road as they're taking fire from the building to their front right. Ooh, shit. It looks like over here the BMP ambushed T-tank that rolled through. More BMPs are rolling in as well. And the 1st Platoon 240 opened fire on the BMP for some reason. Completely stupid. As that was happening, look at BMP rolled up on the other position. So vehicle sound on the side of the building here by the plant warehouse. Probably that BMP. So this BMP running around the building here as the Ukrainians can be seen on the inside facing the opposite direction. Oh, Jesus. Tank that was in the courtyard. The tank that was in the courtyard had also charged our positions. It was knocked out by an RPG. And it looks like a second ago, another RPG was fired at this BMP, but the AEPS system on it intercepted the round. Alright, so what I'm worried about here is that these BMPs have been successfully ambushing the enemy armor that's been heading through that center. But as you can see here, there's a platoon or more of Russian infantry crossing the road, and they're going to be posing a direct threat to the rear of the BMPs. I had my OP over there to provide overwatch, but the OP was suppressed. I'm going to try to set up another ambush for them. I'm also going to move that'll be a good time for that machine gun. He's not going to be able to see the enemy approaching. So I'll move the OP that had lost a man and retreated. I'll move them into another ambush position. They're pretty badly rattled, but I need them to do their duty and protect the BMP's rear. The BMPs have the opportunity here to inflict massive casualties on the enemy. Try to knock out the last BMP that's there. Still a tank unobserved somewhere in that vicinity. I think there's another tank coming through the middle. I'm going to try to maneuver this BMP to knock out the BMP that just ambushed our 240. I need to figure out some way of providing rear security to these BMPs. They're going to get They're within about 100 meters of enemy infantry platoon. I moved that 240 over there. I'm also thinking about taking my RPO team that was supposed to be a containment element for this L-shaped ambush here. I'm thinking about moving them. In fact, I'm going to move them to also provide security. I'll try to get this, try to run down this 240 team down to the road and get them in a position to provide security. Javelin team is no good up here either, so I'll send them to go provide security as well. Okay. BMP in this hedgerow as well.
Check your fire!
I'm still in contact with this Russian headquarters vicinity, south side of the plant offices. I'm going to keep this BMP here. These dumbasses over here, I'm going to tell to hide. Don't engage a BMP with rifles. Okay, now for Bravo company that's just arrived, what we're going to do with these guys is twofold. I'm going to send one platoon to reinforce the plant metallurgy complex, which would be a Bradley platoon. I'm going to send the rest of the team down Highway Echo 95 to roll up on the enemy's left flank and destroy them in place. So in order to do that, we'll get our 3rd platoon online. The axis of advance will be, let's see, we'll just have 3rd platoon advance down the road. First of all, let's get them on the line. In the following turn, we'll actually advance them. We just have a bunch of stingers here, so I'm going to deploy I'm going to deploy the Stinger teams to overwatch our advance. Just trying to figure out a route for the Bradley platoon to come relieve the plant metallurgy complex. I definitely want to set up some javelin firing positions. I think I can contain this enemy breakthrough, at least partially, with my forces that are currently in place, and the platoon will relieve any other secondary breakthroughs. I am going to want to position some jabs up onto this ridge now, up onto this tower, and they'll set up a battle position there just as the other part of the company is attacking in the open fields. For now, let's pause all these tracks for 10 seconds so our Stinger can deploy. And what we'll do is we'll move these guys. Need to come up with a good route here to move these guys towards the plant metallurgy. We should be able to move them in column because there's no, the enemy should not have eyes on this approach. We should be able to move them right in column. Maybe what we'll do is we'll move them. Yeah, that looks like the best approach. We'll move them from the staging area here. We'll have them come down this road. Proceed along this ASR. Then from there, follow this road to here. This road leads directly towards where our mortars are and the observation tower where our OP is. Oops, what did I just press? Alt or Z or something? I pressed something that made these brown lines appear. I'm not sure what that is. I guess it's showing command lines. Alright, so we'll just move them out in a column. There's no need to, like I said, there's no need to put them into a battle formation. Stagger them by 10 seconds each. I'm just giving some rough waypoints here. I tend to give really rough waypoints like this when I don't really care about them getting there because I'm not expecting enemy contact. If they do get into contact, it's nothing that we're going to be able to stop or foresee. Can't prepare for that because this should be an unobserved route and we should not get into contact. If we do get into contact, then we'll react to contact. Get online, form base of fire, and then assault through with toes. Cannon fire. These guys will form up along with the tanks. We'll get them onto line behind the tanks. After, we'll have them start moving out after 30 seconds to give everyone else time to deploy. The Alpha 6 element will remain in reserve. We'll probably deploy them in this tree line here, overwatching the entire team's movement to engage any enemy forces that could be in ambush. over here. We'll knock that BMP out and hopefully deal with this other BMP that's in staging here. My main priority right now is dealing with that infantry platoon plus that's approaching my BMPs. So we'll watch in segments or in areas. So let's watch this area first. See what happens here. So I gave this BMP a hunt waypoint. Told him to basically hunt over here to try to find this other BMP.
Shot, over. Shot, out. Fire for effect, over.
How come this BMP not see this enemy BMP? Silly. There we go. Spotted him. Good job. BMP destroyed. Over here. Nothing.
Fire for effect, over.
I lost sight of that other BMP that was there. Over here, it looks like a BMP rolled up on our platoon headquarters. I don't know where from. So they were engaging in a firefight with the headquarters, the enemy headquarters.
Fire for effect, over.
As this was happening, a BMP that had been to our front rolled up and began to engage our forces. So we're going to have to break contact from this position.
Roger, fire for effect.
The first squad was engaging that BMP with 203 rounds. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of other action occurring by the warehouse. So this BMP is rolling around here and gets knocked out by the Ukrainians. The other BMP breaks out of the hedgerow.
Shot, over.
Oh shit, there's another BMP there too.
Fire for effect, over.
So we're being overrun by a platoon of BMPs here. Oh. Our RPG team just got wiped out.
Roger.
BMPs are overrunning the plant warehouse. We're going to hunker down and just hope for the best. Meanwhile, our little ambush is being set up. Let's see how Bravo Company deployed. So it looks like Abrams' platoon is in position, ready to roll. And our mech guys are just having a little traffic jam here. Probably should have gave them more delay. Alright, so we'll give our mech guys another turn to unfuck themselves. gonna go ahead and dismount the SAMs here. Give our mech guys another turn or two to deploy. Looks like our Ukrainians are about to collapse here. There's a BMP rolling up on the warehouse now. One of our RPG teams is completely shattered. He's pinned down, clutching for dear life. The other one was wiped out by a burst of cannon fire. Let me see, this team here is readying an RPG ambush, but we'll see if it's effective. Over here, this BMP poses a huge threat to the platoon. I'm going to get Bravo team onto the second floor, try to knock it out with an 84 close range. As that's going on, I'm going to quickly maneuver my other BMP. Try to knock out their BMP. These guys need to get their heads down and hide. I also need to get this BMP out of here because he's probably going to get contact from the enemy Russian infantry. They're likely to be clearing these buildings to their rear. We'll give it one more turn, and then we'll probably pull them out. Bravo team trying to knock out this BMP with an AT-4. Come on, guys. You guys gotta take the shot over here. Shit, our BMP got knocked out from something, probably an RPG. Two or three round to the turret. Bravo team, which I intended to ambush that BMP, is now in a firefight with Russians in the building. Enemy forward observers in the building. Rolling down the center here looks like another tank. And there's that other BMP. Bravo team mostly formed up now, and looks like second platoon's on the move. There is a breakthrough now effective in the center north of the plant offices. BMP is about to break through, as well as a TA-80. First things first is we have a javelin facing down the center there. Should be able to take that tank out. For this BMP that's about to break through, we're going to use our BMP. This guy's got to get out of here too. I'm going to count on this tank being knocked out by that javelin, and then I'm going to take the other Ukrainian BMP, and we're going to try to knock out the BMP-3 that's about to break through. I need to try to get 2nd Squad A team out of that kill zone. They've gotten themselves into an ambush once again. The Alpha Company OP is about to be overrun by enemy mechanized forces, so we need those Bradleys to double time over there. I'm going to go ahead and deploy this stinger here. So the extra Humvee here is supposed to have a stinger, but it doesn't look like it has one. It's some extra AT4s. I'll go ahead and hide him off the road. And now what I'm going to do is, for this 3rd platoon, we're going to slowly pivot down this road We're just going to slowly move down the road and clear it. With our limit of advance being the Highway Echo 95 objective. We expect enemy contact all along the route in ambush positions here and here. Hopefully we can engage and destroy the enemy observation team using our mech forces. Should be enemy right around that pass, right around this corner, but I'm expecting my own tanks to have fire superiority and greater frontal firepower. Over here, this BMP is just laying waste to our troops. I need them to hide. I need all these guys to hide, hunker down. So our machine gun OP is once again in contact. The Russians have definitely entered this group of buildings here.
Enemy infantry.
I really need a whole squad of infantry over there rather than what we've been doing. But we're going to have to use whatever we can get right now. We have what we have, and that's all. BMP is in danger. The artillery is basically useless. Our artillery is basically useless. I have to deploy these guys. Okay. Gotta give it to them. The Ukrainians are holding out much better than I thought they would. I thought they were going to immediately collapse under fire. Alright, platoon's moving out. I'm expecting enemy contact right about here. Normally a highway would be a kill zone, which it potentially could be. But we have a lot of frontal firepower and optics. We have an advantage in optics, so I'm expecting there to be an advantage. Nothing much happened there at that turn. Let's go back here. The BMP continues to roll here. Sort of rolling into our kill zone. Oh, Jesus. I need this team in these trenches here to knock this BMP out. I need this team in the trenches to knock this BMP out, man. What are you guys doing? Not sure what happened there, but that team had a direct shot on RPG. During that also, another BMP rolled up here. And what's really aggravating to me is this. This is an example of how stupid the AI can be and how unrealistic it can be. Here we have a guy with a 240 pointed directly out of this window. As he's pointing out this window, he runs back from the window as an enemy squad is rushing towards him in a file. One burst from that 240 would have killed this entire Russian squad. Meanwhile, the Ukrainians next to them are getting mowed down. One burst from a 240. And allows the Russians to get into cover. Super infuriating. Over here, let's see if we killed that BMP. Maybe it looks like we killed that BMP at least. They're just shooting it with their rifles. I want them to shoot the AT-4. They have an AT-4. Use the AT-4. You dumb bastards. Please use your AT-4. Oh, they're shooting 203s. Actually, they killed it with 203s. That's pretty impressive. Well, they're ambushing some Russian fort observers that were running through the town in the open. Over here, we did manage to kill that tank, but a BMP got through and is on the ASR now, south of our OP. Our platoon is still on the march, but it's taken longer than expected for them to get there. Luckily, our air defense is deploying. Almost fully deployed now. Which is good. So there's Russians in this building here. Entering this building right here. So I'm gonna fire a burst into that building. As they continue to reverse out of there. No, I don't want you to pop. I want you to. See, I wish there was a way of target briefly and pop smoke, but that's not gonna happen. So we'll just suppress the building. Oops, no, I want you on the bottom floor. I'm going to try to do something really crazy here. I'm going to try to hunt that BMP that is rolled onto the ASR there. It looks like he's headed right for our OP. So what we'll do is we'll just follow right after him. What we do need to do is we need to hide these Humvees. These Humvees are going to get knocked out by that BMP. So what I'll do is I'll just hide the Humvees here behind this building. The mortar team needs to get into cover. They're no longer in this fight. Second platoon, mechanized, will relieve them momentarily. Continue to make progress here with our guys. What I will do is go ahead and occupy overwatch positions with Bravo company team headquarters. CO and the Exos track as well as the Fist. Now, if we had radios, we could use these guys to good effect, but unfortunately we don't have any radio command and control, so they're just going to sort of just be there for the rest of the battle. I don't want to commit them into combat. Okay, over here, the other platoon's machine gun and javelin team is deploying. Meanwhile, this 240 team needs to hold off these Russians. In fact, they're not going to be able to. I'm just going to break contact now and move them into the building block to the other, a little bit down further. I'm going to unhide all these guys here so they can get into the fight. Looks like over here by the factory we're actually at an advantageous position because we knocked out that BMP and we're actually doing okay here. Over here I'm going to actually move these guys onto the roof. Hopefully they can help in the firefight here. Kill some infantry as they're attacking into the center. Same thing with you guys. You guys should be able to spot some enemy infantry soon. These snipers. So it looks like some spotting rounds are landing vicinity of where the rifle platoon is. I'm just going to fucking get them to the second row of buildings. And we'll just occupy that position. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a phone call from the girlfriend. So what we'll do is we'll move these guys here. And that's fine. Until next time. Well, actually, I think when this is done saving, which takes forever, we're going to play out one more turn because I want to see... Yeah, let's just play out one more turn. I want to see if we can kill this BMP. It's going to just drive me crazy unless we see. Alright, let's go ahead. Take these guys off a hide and have them watch that sector. These worthless guys that are in the trenches here, I'm going to try to have them go ahead and hunt towards that BMP and knock it out, since they're just being worthless anyway. Alright, watch one more turn. So watch our armor task force first. Bravo team is now moving down the Echo 9-5 MSR. Someone spotted a tank down there in the tree line. I know that there's enemy in the ridges here, in the bushes, but I expect my forces to spot them first and kill them. Also expect for some direct contact to the front with enemy armor. Oh, someone just fired a tow. What was that? I thought I heard a tow get fired. Oh, it's actually a javelin, I think. Someone just fired a javelin. Do you? There's these guys. Ooh, getting attacked by a chopper. Getting attacked by a chopper to the northwest, apparently. So still no contact with armor. Vicinity of the Echo 95 MSR. The 6 elements are deploying now into Overwatch. See them here in the tree line. And oh shit, what happened here? I don't know what hit this. Something hit this Ural. Looks like one of the choppers actually got through. Because I think that was a Vickers, it was a missile or something. Came in, engaged, and destroyed our Ural as we were redeploying our trucks here. You can see the mortar team there. You can see the mortar team running into cover on the side of the building. I can hear the choppers in the background. Yeah, that was definitely a Vicker, you know, a missile. Over here, perfect timing on scooting in the platoon. Looks like right after I told them to evacuate that position, they got artied. I would run faster if I heard incoming arty. I would run faster than that. Just saying. And I'm fat. Alright. So it looks like during that, a BMP rolled down behind our BMPs and knocked both of them out. Absolutely horrible what happens here. This is what happens when you don't have infantry support watching the 6. You know, I wanted to have infantry support there, but I just didn't have enough troops. I didn't have the resources to spread it that thin. So this one BMP-3 rolls through here and kills this BMP here. And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm almost positive it kills this BMP as well because it's oblivious to what's going on. A lot of that has to do with the AI. You know, because he would have heard that BMP there, they would have responded. Also, you can see these Russian infantry guys are flanking now through the center. And we're taking some shots at them, but it's not really effective. So we're actually taking massive casualties now. I don't really have a containment plan. You know, there's at least 2 BMPs that have penetrated down through the center now. We're taking much higher casualties than we were before. So the firefight here by the officers is doing pretty well. We've repelled a BMP attack as well as a infantry ambush. Engaged and destroyed perhaps 2 platoons of enemy infantry. What happened to my tank during all that? Oh, the tank's still there. Just being fucking oblivious. So this tank is right here, and there's a BMP clearly in view from this tank. The AI is just so amazingly bad. And this gunner in this tank can clearly see this enemy BMP there. Not to mention the commander's turned out, so you would have heard and seen all of that stuff. It's just ridiculous. Our BMPs got knocked out. Well, I can hear the chopper continuing to run. Maybe we can knock out the enemy BMP here. I'm just going to issue orders and then... So the machine gun team that I was rushing up to deal with the Russian infantry, that they actually have 2 RPGs, so maybe they can knock out this BMP as it runs by. Looks like the Russian infantry platoon is rushing down the center. I have my fire team here in an ambush position. They should be able to engage most of them. Also, our sniper should be getting good shots on them momentarily, as well as the Jav team. So they're running all right down the middle through the open, so we should be able to knock them out. Should be able to take them out. I am worried about one of those Russian choppers knocking out one of these Bradleys. That would be really bad, especially if it was filled with infantry. Over here we got our Stinger set up. Actually, the Stinger is still running to the roof here. They should be able to cover the Bradleys. Over here, it looks like this BMP hasn't been knocked out yet. What I'm going to do is... Oh shit, this RPG team. They need a buddy aid to get their... They need to do buddy aid to get their RPG-2 back, it looks like. What I'm going to do with these guys is... I'm going to crawl them into the building next to them, and hopefully we can knock out that BMP. What I'd really like to do is have this fucking tank kill this BMP. The AI is just so stupid that if I know if I move this tank at all, he's going to just get killed by that BMP. So we'll try to do... This squad's about to rout. What we'll try to do is... We'll slow crawl this Ukrainian squad over here and try to knock out that BMP from the rear with an RPG from like a 10-meter distance. Looks like there's infantry and at least one track headed down the middle too of this ASR. It's still the AGS there, but the entire Ukrainian element is rattled. Alright, let's do one more turn and then I swear I will end this and call my girlfriend. Gotta call that girlfriend. Alright. Start over the armor again. So the BMPs that had spotted us at Pop Smoke, which all it's going to do is give away their position. From this position, the observation, Russian headquarters can't see us. Just continue to roll down this road with impunity. Oh shit. You think those are rockets landing? So no contact along the road still. Over here looks like our team is finally formed up and can probably be pushed forward to the front. Down the middle, the Russians continue to advance under fire. For they're now caught between a bit of a crossfire here. Luckily, our RP looks like our machine gun team knocked out the BMP that ambushed our BMPs. Watch that. So he's got RPG, what's that, 22 here? This guy here on the right has it, I believe.
Fuck, it's a light armored vehicle coming our way!
Knock that BMP out, which actually exposes these infantry in the center to a wicked crossfire. I don't know what happened to that BMP over here. Okay, so this BMP by the warehouse is just rolling away here. As our old position that our platoon was in continues to be RD'd. So they're rolling towards where the immobilized T-tank is. And out of our ambush area. The Russians are in a bit of a crossfire, as I said. It's not really an effective ambush, though. We're just sort of pinning them as is. So far, we've destroyed an incredibly large and incredibly superior force with a force that was nothing of the sort. So far, it looks like the enemy along the Echo 95 highway have abandoned their positions. Our Stingers are now deployed. And we've sort of salvaged the breakthrough north of the plant lab, but there still is a BMP unaccounted for. Last position was south of the metallurgy complex. And he's about to run into our other platoon. Over by the plant offices. First platoon still in a bit of a firefight here. Taking light contact on and off. But actually nothing much in that turn. Looks like we've pretty much stalled the enemy advance, and now for a counterattack. We'll have our two platoons here attack through this open field on a pivot and advance along the highway here, down the highway, attack towards the flanks, and then roll up the enemy's rear. Meanwhile, the enemy will be bogged down in town fighting street to street, trying to break through to their objectives. Alright, let's go ahead and finally save this.